The ultra runners walk. Like, what is this secret? I remember when I did my first race, first really big ultra, which was 60 miles. That was big to me. And people were walking, and they were doing this walking, running thing. And then they were overtaking me and destroying me by the end. And I thought, I'm getting in on this walking malarkey. I'm absolutely walking as well. So I wish people had told me at the start that ultra runners walk. And it's not called ultra walking, it's still called ultra running. So if you need to walk, walk. Sensible.
To be quite honest, I'd have to say I wish I'd known about ultra running before I did, and I wish I'd had the confidence to tackle one before I did, because it took me I'd been running for maybe 14 years before I actually did an ultra, because it was one of those things that felt quite scary. It's actually, the first one I did, I thought, this is actually not much different to, well, it's probably easier than a road marathon, to be quite honest.
Running in general, I've discovered last year how big of an impact caffeine can make. Caffeine is like literally probably the best drug for sport enhancement ever. So obviously you want to be careful when you take it, don't take it too early, and make sure once you do start taking it, keep up the levels. But if you want an extra boost, then caffeine is the way to go.
I wish I'd known how addictive it is, so that I could prepare myself for all these crazy things that I keep signing up to do. Honestly, the ultra running community, everything about ultra running I love it, and I wish that I could do more, but I guess there's so many different races and so many different things going on that it's really hard to fit ultra running into it because it's so long.
Oh, blimey. Probably that it is okay to sit down and have a little cry and not be a man about it.
Yeah, so I think a big part for me has been just enjoying the learning and the discovery as I've progressed and as I've gone along, and I definitely wouldn't want to change that. One thing perhaps earlier on, I wish I would have known what type of community this is and how incredibly supportive and welcoming everyone is. Starting out, I had been kind of hesitant to ask people for advice or help with various things that I've done, and it would have been great to just kind of jump in a bit quicker with all of that.
I wish I had tried it sooner, because I didn't really get into it until I was 33. And I mean, I'm like, what if I had been in my 20s? And I mean, part of me thinks that, well, it was good that I had a marathoning background, because I developed my fitness to where I had the strength and the stamina to carry myself for ultra running. So I might not have had it in my 20s, but at the same time, I feel like, my window to be fast is very narrow right now, and that's why I've been going for all the speed records. But I mean, you see women going into their 50s now as ultra runners doing amazing things, and so that really, I feel like I haven't reached the ceiling as an ultra runner yet. Then I've got the next 10 years of my life are going to be even more amazing than the previous 5. So yeah, I mean, I honestly, I mean, as I keep going, I've done amazing things, but there's always more to learn. There's always more to help me get better. I mean, I want to be a better trail runner. I want to prove myself as a trail runner. And so, I mean, it's going to be really exciting for me to really delve into more of that the next 5 years. So,
have you got any, as a woman, do you think we should train differently as women for ultra running? Is there any?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So when my husband started coaching me, I was actually running more than my husband, who's a 218 marathoner, and I was a recreational runner. So I, just for fun, just naturally, I was running more than my husband. And I mean, my whole career, I've been able to handle more mileage. A lot of people think, well, women can't handle as much as a man. I can actually handle more than my husband. So I don't know if it depends on the person, but I mean, I would just say me personally, I can run way more than my husband. So yeah.
I think I'd like to have known that it didn't always have to suck. Like, there was a way to eat, drink, pace and train that meant it wasn't always miserable, because I would say the majority of my first races just felt so hard. There is, if that's the way it feels for you now, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Just keep working at it, keep learning and keep improving. Yeah.
actually, I just wish I'd known about ultra running earlier so I could have done it for longer, because I didn't get into trail running until after I'd run the 17,000 kilometers running the Americas. It was not till 2016, 17. But the thing I would learn is how to use running poles properly to stop yourself getting injured, and learning how to run on uneven ground, because I now am suffering from bad ankles because I didn't have those skills down when I started doing trail running.
Absolutely nothing. I think for me, it's all been a journey. It's all been an adventure. And no, I wouldn't have wanted to know anything. You know, when I started running, there was no internet, there was nothing. So it literally was basics. If you only knew about a race, if you knew somebody who knew about it. So actually, I think I was the lucky one. So I did start right from the beginning. So yeah, no, wouldn't change anything.
I just wished I'd got into it earlier, you know, and stuff. I'm still learning now, like, so I'm hardly the sage on it, you know. I've come here and I've learned so many sort of tips, you know, and a lot of the stuff was just stuff that I knew, is that the running community is great, and if we're now including a bigger wedge of that people, you know, that's got to be for the good, hasn't it?